All right, another day, another trade, another trading day. Let's get to it right away. I am going to say I started off the day with a loss, then I got back a win, and then I had two contracts on that one win. So the second contract, I put that at break even, and I got break even after I. Second trade, I had two contracts. So I took a contract off at take profit, which caused me to be at break even for the day, or actually a little bit above break even. And then the second contract, I'll show you guys exactly how I stopped that contract out before it went back to break even. But let's get straight to the charts. Let's get right to it. I'm not gonna, take too much of y'all's time talking about things off the chart. Now, let's look at this right here. This is daily. I always like to talk about the daily, and today we were not this deep into this daily fair value gap yet. That's what I just took a trade off of, a PM trade off of. But in the morning, we were still around this candle right here. We were forming this candle. This candle right here. We were forming this candle. But what do I see on the 4 hour to give me I was bearish today. Why was I bearish is the question. Well, we see that, let me take that out the way. This gap right here, inversed, that's that 4 hour gap. As you guys see, this high, that low, small 4 hour gap, inversed. This whole big gap also inversed. And here we retraced up into this 4 hour fair value gap. Now, down to the hourly, what am I seeing on the hourly? Well, we come in, we fill in this hourly fair value gap. We also inversed this fair value gap and then all of them above, because if we inverse the lowest one, that means we inverse the higher ones. And then we came back up into the range. We came up into 50% of this range. If you want to look at on the 4 hour high, we can put that right there. Boom, high to low, super clean range. We came up to 50% of that, and then we started moving back down. Starting the morning, I was looking at this, and I see the 6 a.m. high. Is it 6, right? Yeah, the 6 a.m. high right here. And I'm looking at that as my buy-side liquidity for both this and DS. But what happened is we dropped to the 15-minute. Let me just show you guys here. 15-minute. I'm going to put this on replay now. I'm letting y'all know. Boom. So on the 15-minute, I put that. Where is it? Yeah, the 930, it came up and it took out only this high and then started drawing lower. But after this closed, the 930 closed in at 945. Why was I kind of confident in bearishness now and we're not going to come and take this buy side? Because we also had an SMT not with ES, but yeah, look at this, not with ES, but with YM, as you guys can see right there. That is an SMT between those two assets. So that gives me another bearish confirmation. And then we also closed under new week opening gap, inversed all these gaps right here. So this gap and then the gap above it. So we inversed that and we closed under here. Now if I go on and put this next one, that's the next candle. What did that candle do? It took out Asian session lows, but what did it leave? It left yesterday's previous day low, which is also yesterday's lunch low. So if I put this for you guys, London lows were taken, Asia session lows were taken, and then this New York PM session, which is yesterday's previous day low, was left there. Now, what am I looking at here? I'm looking for some sort of retracement for me to find an entry. Hold on, let me go up to the hourly, because on the hourly, that's what I see now. Hourly has just closed. 10 a.m. is about to start. We closed under all this range, closed under all the bodies of this. We inversed this gap right here. So it's just giving me more confirmation to say that I'm bearish. Also, another confirmation is this new day opening gap also was inversed. So that's a lot of confirmations for bearishness. I do not want to look at a buy anymore. All I want to see is a retracement and then for me to find an entry down. Once this happened, this 5-minute retracement into this 5-minute fair value gap, I was hunting shorts. So I drop into the 1 minute since it's a 5-minute fair value gap. No shorts came, right? There was no fair value gap for me to enter off of. Now, whenever that happened and price shot up here again, what was that? If this can load, that was us going back into this 15-minute fair value gap. So that is still a liquidity. I'm still bearish. Now I went back to the 1 minute and now I'm just waiting on a model to show up. some sort of break of structure, and then for me to find a short. Still no model for me to kind of enter off of. Nothing, nothing. Okay, so what I could have entered off of here was this. This is the change in state of delivery, and we inversed this gap, and there was also an SMT right between this high and this high. So for you guys to learn, if you guys like to trade that model that I like also do trade, but I'm trading more of the fair value gap model, that's an entry for you guys right here. So you can get in, boom, short right there, and stop above this high and target this low or the previous day low. This is that bearish SMT right here. So that's also another confirmation to tell us that we're going to take this trade on NQ and take shorts. So I'm just going to take this off because that's not what I took, but that is something for you guys to go look at, see if that's the model you want to trade and that's how you want to trade. But we just let price do its thing. Yeah, see, we're still rotating around. Okay, hold on. Now, what do I see here? First of all, we have this short-term run-on stops, right? This high right here, short-term run-on stops. And then we broke down under this low and created a fair value gap. I wanted to enter right on that fair value gap, sub above the high and aim for here. Risk to reward was not insane. I went to 1.63, but I'm not complaining. So what happened, price went up there, messed around a little bit, and I'll tell you guys, it did stop me out. Stopped out. Okay. So after I got stopped out right there, I was okay, that's my one trade for the day. I'm done. But what I'm still looking at is because this level right here is still respected, you know? I do want to maybe see if price is going to give me now, because we're still in the silver bullet time. Now we ran up above a short-term 5-minute high, right? So that's a run on stops. And then maybe we get the model here. What happened? Model created. Had a limit right here and stop above this high, targeting the same exact lows, right? But I'm going half risk now. Price just went and ran to those lows without getting me in my entry. So no problem. I was like, okay, I'm done. It's past 11. I will wait till PM session now. Let's go to the PM session. Let me show you guys what trade I took in the PM session. I literally probably just closed this trade off not even too long ago. But yeah, what we see in the PM session here. Whoa. Oh, it's just going to play it live. Okay, that's no problem. We see that this weekend here in this, what is that? We have dug now into the daily fair value gap. So now I'm flipping my bias back to bullish because now we're in a discount and we're in a daily fair value gap. Let me just make sure that we're in discount. I'm not going to lie, I did not measure this. Okay, since it's a lot of wickage, what we can do, boom. So yeah, if we put the wicks on the bodies, we were in a discount of this range. All right, I go into the 15-minute. What am I waiting for? Just some sort of confirmation to tell me that I'm going to be bullish, that I want to go back up. 5-minute, there was this trade right here. I sat and I did not take this trade because it was not my model and it was didn't look too good for me here. We see that this happened during lunch and then we came back up, we consolidated. I wanted to see a run under these lows and then for us to move up. What happened? We dug under this with maybe 1 pip this low. As you guys can see, literally with like 1 tick, we came under there with 1 tick. So that's valid. But for what I did not realize, I'll be honest, I did not realize at the time, is here on ES, what happened was we had an SMT. If you go on the 1 minute, this low with this will be an SMT. And then we also were in this fair value gap, and then we had a change in the state of delivery, which means this is an order block, and we were in that level. So that means I can take a buy on NQ. If you were to take that buy, this is another buy that you guys could have taken. This is not what I took. I don't claim to have taken this buy. This is not the buy I took. You could have gone, boom, gone in on that right there and let that run. You could have maybe taken a profit right here, but that's not too great. What I would have looked at was something like this. a standard deviation and taken profit maybe here or at the top of the standard deviation, which is a 1 to 2. Now 15-minute, also something else for this profit taking. What is in that level that we could have also aimed for around this negative, it's actually it like right on the negative 2.5, is there is, let me zoom out so you guys can see, there's this 5-minute fair value gap that we could be targeting and take that as a take profit. So this would have been a great trade to take, but that's not what I took, and I do not claim to have taken this trade. I did not take this trade. I will show you guys exactly what trade I did take and why I took that trade exactly, not this one. This one I already explained why I didn't. But for me now to explain which trade I took and why I took it is this trade right here. We see if we go on the hourly, put a fib between this high, that's the AM high. So let me just show you guys. Boom, that's the range of the day. 9:30 open, and then this was lunch. So that's the range of the day. I want to get into a premium of that. What is right on the premium of that is there is this 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, with that 15-minute fair value gap, I'm targeting that now. I go down to the 5. I see that this run already happened. We come down to this 5-minute fair value gap. Same exact model, same exact entry, same exact everything. What I do, I wait. I took fib on this, and a discount was this fair value gap. So I went, boom, entered right there, stop under there, and first profit was right here. And then second profit target was at the 15-minute premium fair value gap. Once that hit this take profit, I put my stop at break even. Then I saw this to start to come down. I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to get stopped at break even. No problem. I'm not too worried about this. But let me go and see when I'm probably going to get stopped out and if I do get stopped out. So now I was just monitoring this wick. All this didn't scare me. I was monitoring to see what price did with this fair value gap right here. Price broke under this this fair value gap, this bullish 5-minute inverse fair value gap, and inversed it. Now, right when that happened, I processed it, I thought, and then price went up around it, like right there. And that's whenever I went and got out. Why? Because price inverts this, and under us, there's a 15-minute fair value gap right there. So I was like, okay, price is going to come down and target that now and then move up again. That's exactly why I did not take, that's why exactly I took profit here and I didn't let it go all the way to my break even. So that's all the reasoning behind this trade. That's all the reasoning behind all of the price action today. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys can see what I'm teaching you, why it's beneficial to you, and how you can keep winning from it. And I wish the best of luck to all of you guys. Best of trading. And I hope that these videos are informational. If you have questions, if you want to find more, I don't know, if there's something, a piece of what I'm teaching you that you feel is missing, some information that you think I am missing to tell you, reach out to me and I will get back to you in the comments and I'll maybe make a video about it too. Peace out.